Hi, welcome to JJ's Productions. We've got another Hitman Roulette. This week it's going to be a subscriber suggested roulette, so we're in Bangkok. And the roulette is a little bit open in the sense that I haven't been given a starting location, so I decided to start in 47 Suite. And I wasn't given an exit, so I'm going to exit via the Riverside exit. Conditions are slightly more specific though, so we're going to be killing Ken Morgan as a chef with explosives, and we're also going to be killing Jordan Cross with explosives, but as the clown, hence the disguise. I've been told though I am not allowed to use breach charges, so that complicates matters a little bit, but not to such a detriment. So as you can see so far, I've disabled the security camera and I've just used my Krugermeyer pistol to frighten off those two gardeners. Now, at this point, I'm going to try and take out a camera using a new bat. Now, this works sometimes, but not every time. If it doesn't work, wait until that guy with the question mark's turned around and then shoot out the camera. If it does work out, you can just swap cover positions. Now, there's a fire extinguisher just over there that you can shoot. It's a little bit difficult with the Krugermeyer, and I got into a little bit of trouble because of it. I took my first shot and missed, and it caught a little bit of attention from the guy who went to investigate the camera. So he starts to walk over here, and because of that I have to just adjust my cover position, so I run over here, and there's then someone behind me looking at me, so it was a bit of a nightmare. But the one advantage is it got me closer to the fire extinguisher so that I could shoot it. By shooting the fire extinguisher, it gets everyone on this floor into panic, and it means that I can just move around quite a bit more freely. As you can see, the suspicion nearly all but goes away. It's only the guards on the stairs who look at me, so I'm all clear. The difficulty in this section is that the crew member who's on the balcony, as soon as he gets out of panic, he will see that I'm in a trespassing area, so I have to move fast to make sure I get onto this floor before he gets out of panic. You've got to keep that in mind. If you take your time, he will catch you. So once you're on this floor, it's actually very simple to move on from this point. That crew member there did get a little suspicion of me, but nothing too serious. But I'm just going to wait until he gets back into his crouching position. I'm going to pick up this crowbar. From here, what I do is I go inside this room. I'm going to drop my phone, and I'm going to just lure a crew member into this room. So make sure the door's open and someone will come in to investigate. We're going to use the crowbar then to knock out the crew member. Now, I can understand anyone saying, why do you need to do this? The reason being, one, I've got about 90 seconds to 2 minutes until Jordan's in position, so I'm just trying to clear the area to do something. But besides that, the area is a little bit congested. I mean, first of all, I need the disguise. I need an exit strategy. So as soon as the kill's committed, I've got a crew member disguise already in the closet. I'm going to throw a crowbar here to draw another crew member over, and in the end I will have two crew member disguises to choose from. So that way, as soon as the kill's committed, I've got a way out of here. And the second reason for doing it is we don't particularly want NPCs hanging around, because the kill is going to be committed using remote C4. So, like I say, you don't particularly want anyone hanging around at that point. It could get very messy if one of them just happens to be too close to the explosion. So, getting rid of them is the safe option. But as you can see, we're going to throw the crowbar at the second crew member, and he's easily knocked out. So, we're going to drag him into the closet, and from here, all we've got to do is start the prep for the kill. Now, you might have seen me use this method in my Silent Assassin suit only approach in professional mode for Bangkok. There was a slight difference with that though, as there were more NPCs in this area, so slightly different setup. But all we have to do is place the phone on the balcony, and from there we just have to wait. Jordan will be down around the 4.5 minute mark, and I'm going fast forward until he's on the ground floor, so I'll see you in a second. So Jordan's on the ground floor, he's pretty much in position. As soon as he comes close to this open area where we can see him, press the call phone button. You'll know it's worked because he'll turn around and he'll have a question mark over his head. We're just going to duck out of sight, just so if he turns his head he won't see us. It's unlikely he would, but just being safe and all. Now the C4, place it exactly where I did. Now, it's in that little rectangle area. If you do it anywhere else, he will not blow over the balcony. So just keep that in mind. Pick up the phone as well, just in case you need it. And from there, shut the door. You can change into a disguise from here, and we're going to make our way off this floor. Now, there are two NPCs outside. They will be looking for the cause of the explosion, but they are not enforcers, so you can move past them. We're going to go this way, and for some reason this area seems quite unaffected by the explosion. I was expecting a lot more hubbub, but it's very calm. So I was a little bit confused, I'll admit, because I knew I needed a fire extinguisher to get rid of a camera, and this Jordan Cross bodyguard was confusing me because I thought, are you standing there because you're guarding something, or are you just standing there? It really bugged me that he didn't run with the explosion, but whatever, he didn't catch me or anything. But yeah, walk out here, keep an eye out for an enforcer on that little balcony we've just gone through, and throw the fire extinguisher at that camera there. That should knock it out. You might get a few funny looks for it, but as long as there's no enforcers looking at you, you'll be fine. Now there's another camera here. Now you do have to shoot this one, and you're going to have to be a little bit careful for the simple reason there are people who can see you. So just try and find a blind spot, which I think is on the stairs around this area. Get your pistol out and take a shot. You can just do what I do, have a look at all the possible areas where people could see you, take the shot, then holster your weapon again. From here, what we're going to do is go to the front of the hotel and get to the staff entrance, as I'd call it, or the workman's entrance, wherever it is that they bring the crates through, I'd guess. Watch out here, there is an enforcer on the desk. I was forgetful and didn't see him, so I was just really hoping he wouldn't catch me at the tail end of that. But again, I was fortunate he didn't. So as I said, I don't really know what to call this area. I can only call it the busman's entrance. Just the idea of where all these cages are waiting. So we're jogging along here. Just make sure you don't bump into anyone, because they could catch you going in here. But take out this camera. We're going to have to wait for a hotel staff member to turn around. That only takes a few seconds. As soon as she turns, you can jog through this area. I would crouch just to be safe, but crouch through. Then we're going to have to wait for a security guard to turn around. So again, just wait outside this door. You can see him there, he's just about to turn. As soon as he does, we're going to get a temporary disguise on, as I'm going to call it. It's the bar staff disguise, the waiter disguise. So put that on. It just means that you can walk through the next area without having to crouch. Go through these double doors, and we're going to go over here to this table, and down here is the chef disguise. So again, put that on, and we're actually in the clear here. Now, don't go in the closet. That's just me being a dippy, as I always am in Hitman games. For some reason, I just love going into closets and boxes. Again, we've got another camera here, so we're going to take that out. I'm getting a bit sick at this point of taking out cameras. I've got one bullet left out of 10. Now, I was about to go and commit the kill, and then I realised I hadn't got the wrench. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get the wrench. So pick it up. This guy shouldn't be too bothered about it. Then go through the doors, and we're going to just fix the tuk-tuk. Now, I would like to point this out that I did get a condition saying explosions only, but there was no condition saying it couldn't be accidental explosions. So that is what I've done. I'm repairing the tuk-tuk, and as soon as this guy's worked out the tuk-tuk is fixed, I'm going to cause an oil leak on the floor, and Ken will kill himself pretty much. To be able to shoot it though, I am going to have to create a little distraction. I had forgotten I've got the phone on me, so you could actually do it in a different way, but I decided to use a propane flask to create a noise. But you could use the phone just to get that hotel staff member out of the way. Alternatively, if the hotel staff member isn't your particular bother, there is a security staff member just to the left who is also a bit of a miser if you try and take a shot. So just keep an eye out for the hotel security, but the hotel staff member is the one who caused me the most bother. So he's the one who I get rid of. This conversation drags on for quite some time, but he's fixing it now, so that is the main thing. But yeah, I do like this opportunity, don't get me wrong, but I wish it was a little bit faster. I mean, I actually did attempt outside of this route, just trying to see if you could speed it up, and if you bump them, for example, they just resume the conversation from the beginning. So there's just no way to speed it along, which is really annoying. I suppose it's in part because it's a challenge that needs to give Ken time to meet up with the gardener, but it's just annoying whichever way you're looking at it. Anyway, I throw the propane flask there. That'll move the hotel staff member. I can't shoot the barrel from here, but I can shoot it from here. So I'm going to use my last bullet in this load anyway. Shoot the barrel and the oil will leak. So Ken is going to die automatically now. So all I've got to do is make for the exit, really. There's nothing else to do. What I could have actually done just to make the route more entertaining, I suppose, is let myself get caught by the cameras and then take out the surveillance. But to be honest, it wasn't much point. I mean, I did manage to hide from all the cameras, so it feels a bit of a waste just going to do that to kill some time. So what I actually did here is I went to the front of the hotel, just followed Ken for a little bit, and then I just waited by the exit. So what I've done for the sake of the video is I've recorded what happens if you follow Ken, so I'm going to put that picture in picture momentarily, and that is about it really. I can't really say much else about the route because there isn't that much else to say. As far as Jordan's kill, just to go into a few more specifics, to actually complete that kill correctly, you have to make sure that the explosion throws him over the balcony, but also you have to be careful he doesn't land on the ground. Because as far as I've been able to tell, if he lands on the ground, he gets caught, and that's a body found for an explosion kill. So how I've done it so far, the best explanation I've got is that he blows further into the air and maybe lands in the trees where we can't see him. That's the only explanation I've got, and it's not a great one, I'm aware of that, but it's like I say, you need to put the C4 down in that specific spot I did, otherwise he will get found. I mean, when I was trialling it, sometimes he wouldn't even fly over the balcony, sometimes he'd just sort of dangle there. Again, I've seen him on the ground sometimes, and that doesn't help, so really you just need to get rid of him. And short of blowing him up and then quickly shooting his body off the balcony, there's not a lot you can do. So best advice, just place the C4 where I did. So as you can see, Ken's talking to the gardener's all chuffed that the tuk-tuk's working, so the kill is pretty much en route. And I'm going to put the picture in picture on now so that you can see what happens if you follow Ken to the tuk-tuk. But there isn't actually a lot more to say because Jordan's kill's been pretty well explained, I hope, and Ken's kill is fairly self-explanatory. If you are curious whether Ken's is an explosion kill, you will see the explosion. It doesn't count as a fire kill, so I believe that satisfies the requirement for an explosion. But the only other thing I've got left to say is regarding Jordan's kill, that I wish I could have routed it just a little bit better, in the sense that I feel like this wait here is not good. I would have liked it if I could have done Ken first and then routed Jordan, but the trouble was that Jordan's kill, it was the best opportunity to do it at the 4-minute mark. If I didn't do it then, I would have had to wait till about the 8-minute mark, and it might be small margins, but just those little timings there, it just means you have to make sure you avoid certain NPCs in other positions, and just doing it first was the more simple solution. If I was to do it again, I would likely do Jordan second and set this one up first to work in the background, but I'm not too upset about it. It's just one of those where I'm looking at the timer and I'm thinking 14 minutes. I've spent about 5 minutes to my thoughts just talking at my backside just to fill some time on the commentary. But yeah, there's room for improvement as far as this route goes, but overall I am happy about how the kill conditions have been completed with the kill requirements for disguises. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this with me. If you've enjoyed this route or this video, please leave it a like as a video. Subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying Hitman Roulette or Hitman in general. I'm planning to get Hitman 2 very soon, and I'm hoping to play it as soon as possible. It all depends how quick I can purchase it. If that's the case, I'll be doing live streams as soon as it's available. Other than that, Thank you for watching. Bye for now.